Life is unpredictable, full of twists, turns, and challenges that can leave us feeling overwhelmed. But what if I told you that every obstacle, every hardship, could become an opportunity for growth? What if the key to thriving in tough times isn't avoiding them, but embracing them? Welcome to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, where the mantra, AMOR FATI, love of fate, teaches us to turn life's struggles into stepping stones. Ready to transform your mindset and tackle life's toughest moments? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more empowering content. Your journey to resilience starts here. Let's dive in. Number 1. Embrace what happens as meant to be. AMOR FATI is more than acceptance. It's loving what happens, seeing every event, good or bad, as part of a greater narrative that enriches you. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it. This metaphor of fire illustrates how adversity, like fuel, can energize and elevate us rather than consume us. Life, like a blacksmith's forge, is not meant to be gentle. Each challenge, whether heartbreak, failure, or loss, is raw material for crafting the strongest version of yourself. Imagine a heartbreak that feels shattering. Instead of questioning, "Why me?" you could view it as an invitation to build resilience, to rediscover passions, and to develop self-worth independent of external validation. Consider a modern example: losing your job. The immediate reaction might be despair. But what if this is life nudging you toward your true calling? Perhaps you'll explore a long-buried passion, start a business, or find a role more aligned with your values. The loss, painful as it is, becomes the seed for something greater. AMOR FATI is not passive resignation. It's active alchemy, a choice to transform life's inevitable hardships into opportunities for growth. It's the equivalent of taking life's proverbial lemons, not just making lemonade, but innovating with them, opening a lemonade stand, bottling the product, or even franchising it. Ask yourself this: what if every setback was secretly a setup for something better? When you embrace life's curveballs as gifts rather than curses, you free yourself from bitterness and self-pity. Instead, you cultivate strength, adaptability, and gratitude for the unpredictable journey. The question isn't, "Why did this happen to me?" but "How can this make me better?" With AMOR FATI, every challenge becomes not just bearable, but meaningful. Number 2. Reframe your perspective. Obstacle or opportunity. One of the most powerful tools of Stoicism is the ability to shift your perspective. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles aren't barriers, they are the path to growth. Life isn't about avoiding problems, it's about using them to build strength, wisdom, and resilience. Imagine you're running a marathon and encounter a steep hill. You can see it as a frustrating obstacle slowing you down, or as an opportunity to test your endurance and grow stronger. The hill doesn't change your mindset, does? This principle applies to life's challenges. Missed a promotion at work? Perhaps this is the chance to sharpen your skills or explore a more fulfilling path. Got stuck in traffic? Maybe it's a gift of time to reflect or listen to an inspiring podcast. Modern life offers countless examples where reframing obstacles can create opportunities. Think of entrepreneurs who, when faced with failure, used it as fuel to innovate. Steve Jobs, ousted from his own company, used the setback to launch Next and Pixar, eventually returning to Apple stronger than ever. Obstacles didn't block their path, they became the path. Reframing isn't denial. It's a conscious choice to see the bigger picture. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this? It's mental jiu-jitsu, using the weight of the problem to propel yourself forward. In today's world, this Stoic wisdom is more relevant than ever. With every difficulty, pause and consider, is this an end, or could it be a beginning? By shifting your mindset, you transform frustration into fuel, setbacks into stepping stones, and life's challenges into opportunities to shine. What once seemed insurmountable becomes the foundation for your success. Number 3. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, is one of Stoicism's most profound and practical exercises. It asks you to imagine the loss of things you love or value, your health, relationships, or possessions, not to dwell on misery, but to better appreciate them and prepare yourself for life's uncertainties. Seneca explained it best. What is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect, and unexpectedness adds to the weight of a disaster. Picture this: you drop your smartphone and the screen shatters. If you've never considered life without it, the loss feels unbearable. But if you've mentally prepared imagined life without constant connectivity, you're less likely to panic and more prepared to adapt. Now, you may even discover the joys of a digital detox. This exercise doesn't make life easier, but it makes your mindset more resilient. Negative visualization cultivates gratitude. Imagine losing your morning coffee ritual. How much more will you savor it tomorrow? Think about a loved one. What if they weren't there? Instead of sadness, let this thought encourage you to cherish every moment. In the modern world, this practice can be a game changer. Worried about job security? Visualize life without it, and you'll recognize both what you still have and the contingency plans you might need. Anxious about a missed opportunity? Visualizing the worst helps you see it's not as catastrophic as it seems. This isn't about paranoia or pessimism. It's about building emotional armor. Life will inevitably bring loss and change, but through negative visualization, you can face those moments with a composed mind and a grateful heart. It trains you to see what you already have as precious and reminds you that even in loss, you'll survive and maybe even thrive. Number 4. Control what you can, accept what you can't. Central to Stoic philosophy is the idea of focusing on what is within your control and letting go of what isn't. Epictetus summed it up. Some things are in our control and others are not. Your thoughts, choices and actions, yours to govern. The weather, other people's opinions, or yesterday's mistakes, not yours. This distinction is the foundation of Stoic serenity. Imagine standing in a storm. You can't stop the rain or the wind, but you can choose to wear a raincoat or seek shelter. Similarly, in life's storms, focus your energy on what you can change rather than wasting it on the uncontrollable. For instance, if a colleague undermines you at work, you can't dictate their behavior, but you can respond with professionalism, double-check your work, and build alliances. In the modern world, this principle can save you from endless frustration. Stuck in a traffic jam? Yelling won't make the cars move. Instead, take control of what you can. Listen to a podcast, practice deep breathing, or enjoy the solitude. Worried about global politics? While you can't control world leaders, you can vote, educate yourself, and contribute to causes you believe in. This practice isn't about indifference, it's about focus. When you pour your energy into what's actionable, you free yourself from the exhausting trap of trying to control the uncontrollable. Next time you face a problem, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, act. If not, let it go. It's like holding a rope tied to a wild horse. Release it, and you're free. By mastering this mindset, you gain the clarity and strength to navigate life's chaos with calm, grace, and purpose. The result, peace in a turbulent world. Number 5. Take action instead of complaining. The Stoics had no patience for empty complaints. Marcus Aurelius urged, Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Complaining is easy. It's the path of least resistance, but it achieves nothing. Action, however, is transformative. Think of a leaky faucet in your home. Complaining about the drip, drip, drip doesn't stop it. Picking up a wrench or calling a plumber does. Stoicism pushes us to adopt this mentality, identify the problem, then take decisive steps to solve it. Complaining is like running on a treadmill. You exhaust yourself, but go nowhere. Action is the forward momentum that leads to progress. Consider a toxic work environment. Instead of venting endlessly to co-workers, take action, document issues, seek allies, and escalate concerns. If the situation doesn't improve, update your resume and start networking. The Stoic way isn't to ignore challenges, it's to face them head-on with thoughtful action. Modern life offers countless opportunities to practice this. Frustrated with your health? Complaining won't lower your cholesterol or build muscle. Scheduling a workout or making dietary changes will. Feel stuck in your personal life? Start a new hobby, reach out to old friends, or learn a skill that excites you. Small actions compound into meaningful change. Complaints drain energy, but action redirects it into solutions. It's not about suppressing emotions, it's about channeling them productively. Next time you're tempted to gripe about something, stop and ask, what's one thing I can do to address this? Even small steps create a sense of empowerment and momentum. By shifting your focus from complaint to action, you transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and mastery. As the Stoics remind us, life isn't about waiting for the perfect conditions, it's about rolling up your sleeves and creating them. Number 6. Cultivate inner stillness amid chaos. In a world of constant noise and chaos, the Stoics believed in the power of cultivating inner stillness, a calm, centered state of mind that allows clarity and resilience. Seneca wrote, "A raging sea cannot capsize a steady ship," emphasizing that no matter how turbulent the external world becomes, inner tranquility is a fortress. Imagine standing in the middle of a crowded city street. Cars honk, people rush, advertisements flash, but you focus on your breath, grounding yourself in the present moment. This is inner stillness, finding peace in the eye of life's storm. The modern world is a hurricane of distractions. Notifications, deadlines, and endless demands pull us in every direction. Cultivating stillness isn't a luxury, it's a survival skill. Take time to disconnect, turn off your phone, sit in silence, or spend a few minutes focusing solely on your breath. Marcus Aurelius practiced this daily, retreating inward to reflect and recalibrate. Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul. Inner stillness doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges. It means approaching them from a place of calm strength. Think of an emergency room doctor. Amid the chaos of life and death situations, their composed demeanor ensures they make sound decisions. You too can adopt this mindset. Whether facing an argument, a looming deadline, or an unexpected crisis, pause, breathe, and center yourself before acting. Stillness isn't passive, it's active mastery of your mind. It allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It's the key to navigating modern chaos with grace, clarity, and focus. Next time life feels overwhelming, ask yourself, how can I find stillness in this moment? By grounding yourself in this practice, you become unshakable, no matter how turbulent the world around you becomes. Number 7. Focus on virtue over vanity. The Stoics believed that true fulfillment comes not from external accolades, but from living a life of virtue, acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Marcus Aurelius put it plainly, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Virtue isn't about what others see. It's about the integrity of your actions when no one is watching. Imagine an artist who paints only for applause. Their work may please the crowd, but it lacks the depth of someone who creates from a place of genuine passion and purpose. The Stoic pursuit of virtue is like this, focusing on the quality of your actions rather than seeking external validation. In today's social media-driven world, this lesson is more relevant than ever. How often do we post something, not because it's meaningful, but because we want likes or approval? Stoicism urges us to step back and ask, am I doing this for the right reasons? Whether it's work, relationships, or personal goals, the Stoic path is about aligning actions with values, not chasing fleeting recognition. Consider a modern workplace example. You could cut corners to meet a deadline and impress your boss, but a Stoic would prioritize doing the job right, even if it takes longer. Virtue isn't always the easiest path, but it's the most rewarding. It builds trust, self-respect, and a legacy of integrity. Focusing on virtue also frees you from the anxiety of comparison. Instead of measuring yourself against others, you measure yourself against your own standards. Are you wiser, kinder, or more disciplined than yesterday? By prioritizing virtue over vanity, you cultivate a sense of fulfillment that no external reward can match. As Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Virtue is the ultimate wealth. Number 8. Remember that everything is temporary. The Stoics often reflected on the impermanence of life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything we see is a change in process. You are like a river flowing, an endless interplay of change." This insight serves as both a comfort and a call to action. Nothing, neither pain nor pleasure, lasts forever. Imagine standing on a beach, watching the tide come in and out. The waves are constant, yet never the same. Life is like this, a series of fleeting moments. When you fully grasp this, you stop clinging to what's passing and embrace what's present. That big mistake you made last year, it's already fading in relevance. The joy of today's success? Celebrate it, but know it, too, will pass. This perspective isn't meant to evoke despair, but to inspire gratitude and balance. Take relationships, for example. Knowing they're temporary encourages you to cherish every interaction. When you kiss your child goodnight or laugh with a friend, it's sweeter because you understand it won't last forever. In modern contexts, impermanence can help you manage stress. A tough project at work or a painful breakup. Remind yourself, this too shall pass. Even global events like financial downturns or personal crises are part of the ebb and flow of life. Impermanence also keeps you humble. That promotion or accolade you just earned, enjoy it, but don't let it define you. Stoicism teaches us not to attach our self-worth to fleeting circumstances. By embracing the transient nature of life, you free yourself from the fear of loss and the weight of expectation. You learn to live fully in the moment, appreciating its beauty without trying to hold on to it. Ask yourself, if everything is temporary, how will I make today meaningful? Number 9. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Epictetus advised, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. The Stoics understood that our environment shapes us, and the people we surround ourselves with can either propel us toward virtue or pull us away from it. Think of life as a garden. The plants you grow depend on the soil and the company of other plants. Positive influences, mentors, friends, or colleagues are like nourishing rain and sunshine, helping you flourish. Negative influences, on the other hand, are like weeds, choking your growth and draining your energy. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals isn't just about avoiding negativity. It's about creating an environment where your character can thrive. In today's hyper-connected world, this lesson is more important than ever. Are your social media feeds filled with inspiring, uplifting voices, or do they stir envy and outrage? The Stoic way would be to curate your interactions intentionally. Join communities, whether in person or online, that encourage resilience, wisdom, and personal growth. Seek out those who challenge you to improve, not those who enable complacency. Consider the workplace. If you're surrounded by gossip or mediocrity, it's easy to get dragged into the same habits. But if you work with people who model excellence and integrity, their energy will inspire you to do the same. Similarly, in personal relationships, choose friends who hold you accountable, who listen without judgment, and who encourage you to strive for your best self. Ask yourself, who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they helping you become the person you want to be? If not, it's time to make changes. As the Stoics teach, virtue is contagious, but so is vice. Choose your companions wisely, and you'll find yourself walking further along the path of growth and wisdom. Number 10. Remember, it's not about you. Stoicism teaches us to transcend ego and remember that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You are just a tiny part of the universe. This isn't meant to diminish your importance, but to help you see life's challenges and triumphs in a broader, more meaningful context." Imagine standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon or gazing at a star-filled sky. In that moment, your worries seem insignificant compared to the vastness of existence. The Stoics encourage us to adopt this perspective daily. When someone cuts you off in traffic, it's not a personal attack, it's a reflection of their own rush or stress. When a co-worker is rude, it's often more about their struggles than your actions. By realizing it's not about me, you can respond with patience instead of taking offense. Modern life often amplifies the ego. Social media feeds us a steady diet of look-at-me moments, making it easy to fall into the trap of believing everything revolves around us. Stoicism counters this by urging humility. You're not the center of the universe, and that's liberating. It allows you to shift your focus outward toward others and the greater good. Think of a time when you helped someone without expecting anything in return. That sense of fulfillment is what happens when you set your ego aside. Whether volunteering, mentoring, or simply listening to someone in need, these acts remind us of our interconnectedness. The next time you face a setback, ask, "How can I serve others today?" This shift from self to service not only eases your burdens, but also fosters deeper connections and a sense of purpose. As the Stoics remind us, life isn't about elevating the self, it's about contributing to the whole. Life will always throw challenges our way, but Stoicism teaches us that we're not powerless in the face of adversity. By embracing AMOR FATI, reframing obstacles and focusing on what we can control, we can transform hardships into opportunities for growth and wisdom. Remember, it's not about avoiding life's storms, but learning to navigate through them with grace and resilience. Which of these Stoic principles resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you found value in this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who could use a dose of Stoic inspiration. Until next time, keep growing and embracing life's journey.